Alright everybody, welcome to another The StarCrack Show cast. Today with me I have my co-caster, Tulid, with me. Say hello to the audience, Tulid.
Howdy, people.
And we're actually going to be watching this replay between snowfaLL, Protoss player, red on the upper left-hand corner, and CellaWerra, of course, one of the most famous Korean Zerg players in the world, very, very good, and he'll be spawning as the blue Zerg on the right-hand side. Now, I brought Tulid in for this because he's a Zerg player, primarily, and I am a Protoss player. Now, I've never heard of snowfaLL, have you?
No, actually, I have heard a lot about CellaWerra, though, and I watch his stream quite a bit whenever it's up on TL.
So here comes a pylon for snowfaLL, not in his main, but a little bit under, so he's going to be defending like that. And we have the Overlord for CellaWerra just flying over there to see what's going on. A little bit early in the game, but you can never trust these tricky pro players.
I think snowfaLL may be going for a fast expand, because if you look where his pylon is, the range makes it so that he can build structures to wall off completely.
Definitely, and over here, if you see, the other side is, of course, with destructible rocks. So we should definitely be expecting some sort of, some sort of tricky fast expand. Although, here's the forge, so I'm not so sure. I mean, I do think he's going to go for a fast expansion, but first he's going to go for that double cannon forge tactic, which very, very useful against Zerg, of course. A bit tricky if the Zerg player goes 6-pool, but that's not the case. So this should be a fairly easy way for snowfaLL to stay in the early game.
I wasn't paying any attention, but I believe CellaWerra put down a 13-pool. And I think snowfaLL's going to do the Forge Fast Expand. You know more about that than I do, but I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to pull off.
There's the first photon cannon. So that Overload over there really needs to run his ass out before it gets toasted by those big blue balls of doom. But the extractor just finishing here for CellaWerra. The spawning pool just about done. And there's another photon cannon for snowfaLL. So definitely the Forge fast expand. I can't imagine that he would just put this down without putting up that fast expansion right afterwards. And here's a little quick probing.
He's going to have to wall off quickly, though. 4 Zerglings just popped for CellaWerra, though, but I'm pretty sure he'll have it done in time.
And here they go. First, he's running over. Oh, I think he's about to discover that there is a cannon and a pylon right where CellaWerra's natural expansion is. So this is really creative play. I really like it. It's going to give CellaWerra a lot of trouble when he's looking to expand, and he's going to have to, find a way to just get that
He's got to mix up his play. He just threw down a Roach Warren right now, so he's probably going to make a few roaches to try and pump down that cannon, as it doesn't appear that snowfaLL is doing any aggression. Since it is a fast expanding build, he'll just make enough roaches to pull down the cannon and then put down his expansion.
Definitely. And now the Zerglings going around making sure that there's no gold expansion. They might actually just be chasing this probe around, but of course they don't have metabolic boost yet. It is on the way. Actually, a Baneling nest just getting thrown down. So I think he realizes that he's gonna have to bust himself through this little wall over here. I mean, it's looking really, really good. There are 2 cannons, there's a forge, there's 2 gateways. The gateways, of course, going in front of the cannons. Really nice placement, I like that. Finally, the expansion being put down by snowfaLL over here.
It's quite interesting to see, actually. CellaWerra realizing that because it's a Forge Fast Expand, I'm a bit confused, actually, as to why he's putting down the Baneling nest. He has put up an expansion at his 3rd.
So this is going to be a little bit difficult to protect, especially because there's no creep there.
I think he's doing it because he figures since it's a Forge Fast Expand, there won't be any earlier pressure applied, and he'll be able to get Spine Crawlers as a static defense ahead of time.
Yes, you're probably right. Oh, look at that. I love that pylon placement by snowfaLL, because now he's just going to build this cannon. He's going to defend his destructible rocks. The Zerglings, I don't think they're going to be able to break this down before the cannons come alive. And it's pretty good. But if you look at the units tab, right now, snowfaLL has 26 probes and 0 attacking units, not 1. And he's not even building any right now. He's actually just finishing up his cybernetics core, building a few of those cannons, really relying on those cannons entirely. And I think it's going to work for now, but not sure for how long. Of course, the Zergling is discovering it's not going to be so easy to break through this defense. Probably a little bit disappointing for CellaWerra, but finally a Stalker in the production tab. good to see he's finally building some units, because if you look at the units, there are 16 Zerglings. Although, probe count, you don't want to be a Zerg player with less than, well, not less than half, but basically a half amount of probes than a Protoss player.
For sure. He's probably getting the Stalker just for defense if the Zerglings do try to bust through. Also, if he does try the Baneling bust, which I don't think he is, I'm actually surprised at the number of units he made. He actually just now, a lot of drones just finished for CellaWerra. He's now at 25, and just a few minutes ago he was below 20.
Ooh, Nidus Network going down for CellaWerra. Oh man, this is always so dirty. I hate that sound, that screaming sound of impending doom when you just know you're about to die. And that's exactly what CellaWerra is going to do. He's going to try to sneak one of these in. Of course, if you look up there, he has the perfect placement of an Overlord right there on the corner. Although, I think snowfaLL's perfectly aware of him being there, because it's just moved a Stalker right there to the corner. So I think he's ready for this sort of Nidus Network thing going on. But right now, CellaWerra's natural, well, not natural, his third expansion, becoming quite saturated. Of course, pretty much safe for now, because there are no units really for snowfaLL. No way that he can really stop any kind of expansion, you know? And it's sort of the same way for CellaWerra. I mean, he has the units, but he has no way of getting through this massive defense. I mean, really, really tight. I like this gameplay by snowfaLL. I find it very creative. And there's that sound. There it is. And roaches and Zerglings spewing forth. Oh, even a queen joining the battle. What do you think of this? Do you think this is going to be the end?
I don't know. I do know that it is going to hurt his economics, obviously, and I'm pretty sure this Nexus will fall.
Definitely, definitely. Now, the only thing here is, and I hope he really cancels that gateway soon, but all of his buildings, all of his tech is actually not inside of his main base, which very fortunate, because everything is surrounded by cannons, so he's not really going to lose any tech. And he has a really, really highly saturated expansion here, but Nidus Network's not doing so much damage because, well, except of course for taking away the expansion, but not taking away any tech, not taking away any ability for, you know,
he
building
didn't have any tech to be taken down, though. I think snowfaLL just was simply too greedy. If you look, his Warp Gate research now is just about to be finished. I think when CellaWerra attacked, he had, snowfaLL had 37 probes and almost no units and no tech. I think he was overly greedy and was not expecting this Nidus Worm at all.
Yep, very, very creative and appropriate response time by CellaWerra, of course. I mean, we cannot expect any better from such a good player. Now, of course, if you do notice in the Zerg base, there's a Spire being built, so we should be seeing some Mutalisks soon. Actually, another Nidus Worm being built, and I'm trying to
Vision
find
of
where.
the pylon, though.
Ah, yes. So this
He may react in time.
This is going to be a little bit troubling, especially because actually two of snowfaLL's Stalkers stuck over here in the middle of cannons and gateways.
Oh,
I think
that sucks.
Oh, this might be the end. This might be the end for snowfaLL. Maybe he's about to reap what he sowed, and that was exactly as you said. Very, very greedy gameplay. Wanted to get that fast expansion. And I don't know.
He's pulling back, though. I think CellaWerra is playing this game extra cautiously. He knows he has a big lead, and he doesn't want to make any mistakes.
Well, there it goes, the Nidus Worm. I really think that if CellaWerra made the attack right there, he would have been able to win this game right now. And he allowed snowfaLL the opportunity to essentially... Oh, look, he's trying to bust his Stalkers out right there, destroying that cannon. How unfortunate. But yeah, I really thought he could have ended the game there, CellaWerra. He gave snowfaLL the opportunity to build some units to defend himself. Of course, a few Mutalisks now flying around. I believe there are 7 Mutalisks now, 41 Zerglings, 2 Roaches, 2 Queens. Very, very good unit composition. Against, of course, only 8 Zealots, 9 Stalkers, and only 3 Sentries. So even though CellaWerra, I still believe, could have finished... Oh, wow. Do you see that line going from base to base? It's really interesting on the minimap.
Yes, sir.
But other than that, I think that you're right. CellaWerra was playing very cautiously, but he really could have ended the game there. Of course, he had no way of knowing We can see everything. CellaWerra cannot, or at least we should hope not.
I'm actually quite surprised at the fact CellaWerra, even though he did all that damage and took out his first base, he hasn't been droning that much. He's still only at 28 harvesters, while his opponent is still at 38.
Oh, massive battle going down here. Look at the force
Massive.
fields. Not so bad. Preventing the Zerglings from being able to surround.
Not enough
off.
stalkers.
And I don't think this is easy for snowfaLL. There are too many mutalisks. Not enough stalkers. I mean, I like that pylon placement, warping them in, but still, I'm not so sure. They're forced to pull off. Actually, I'm a bit surprised that this attack is going so well for snowfaLL. Trying to do some harassment, taking down the spine crawler, more stalkers there. I think more should be warping in any second now. Taking down the overlord, sniping them down. Still not food blocked. I forget what the word is.
Supply cap.
Supply cap. Thank you very much. And look at that. We can see that. All the mutalisks going down. 2 more, of course, spawning, but more stalkers, more zealots spawning. This is actually a very good push by snowfaLL. I'm very, very surprised it's going this well. And even more overlords going down. Another pylon being placed. This hatchery is definitely going to go down. And there it goes. Now it's going to be making a push. This is so surprising to me. I thought CellaWerra had it in the bag. He had full map control. And once again, I think the game could have been over on CellaWerra's favor if he just made that attack with the Nidus Worm. But now things seem to be changing because snowfaLL pushing into the main, not enough units to stop this.
No, I think this is GG for CellaWerra. Yes, he does GG.
Oh my goodness. What a game. I am actually so surprised, so shocked that with this greedy gameplay, snowfaLL actually managed to pull out a win against CellaWerra.
Well, I think what was the downfall of CellaWerra is that he didn't drone enough. He was behind in drones the entire game. Yes, the Nidus Worm was incredibly clever, but he didn't push when he could have. I mean, obviously he didn't. I'll assume he didn't know, but the Nidus Worm did a ton of damage, but then he just didn't keep droning, and I mean, I don't know that greatly. He's a much higher level player than I am, but I believe that was his downfall.
Yep, and I'm still going to maintain he just should have attacked when he had that second Nidus Worm right over here. He really should have attacked. But this is how it happened, and snowfaLL pulling out a pretty epic victory considering the way that he opened up the game. Very, very good. So once again, my name is Nirano, that was Tullid, and stay tuned for the next episode of the StarCrack Show.
Thank you very much for having me.
No problem.